Hello, so for this chapter 5 mini lecture, I've decided to use the question compare and contrast an open loop control system and a closed loop control system. So to get started, open loop and closed loop control systems are incorporated into all theories of motor control. And their purpose is to show different ways the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system initiate and control action. So each of them have a central control center, which we call the executive. So their role is to generate and forward movement instructions to the effectors. So what are the effectors? The effectors are the muscles of the limbs, body, and or head that are involved in producing, said desired movement. So what is the difference between the two? An open loop system is one that does not use feedback. The instructions contain all of the info necessary for the effectors to carry out the planned environment. So looking at the image, we have the movement control center, movement instructions straight to the movement effectors. So those effectors travel down from the central nervous system. So basically effectors, think of exit, they are exiting, okay? So no feedback. So an example of this would be bowling, archery, darts, maybe like anything that's just no external feedback. It's just one mission. And then compared to a closed loop system, that one does use feedback. So the control center issues info to the effectors sufficient only to initiate movement. So it relies on the feedback to continue and terminate movement. So looking at the image, we have movement control center, movement instructions, movement effectors, and then feedback. So it takes that feedback in order to make the proper decision. So examples include driving. You have to take in your surroundings to properly maneuver that car. Another example is surfing. You have the waves, you have the wind, everything going against you. Tightrope, you have to take into account the wind, got to keep your balance, keep stable. And so the overall differences, open loop control systems do not use feedback. They're simple, they're easy to maintain. And then closed loop systems, they do use feedback. They're more complex. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys.